There is a world not far from our own solar system that is unlike anything we have ever imagined. Orbiting a tiny dead star, it is a planet that defies our conventional understanding of what a world can be. Initial observations suggested it was a planet forged from the heart of a stellar corpse, a colossal sphere of crystallized carbon. It is, for all intents and purposes, a planet made of solid diamond, a treasure of unimaginable value glittering in the lonely dark. But its glittering surface hides a violent and bizarre history, and its very existence is a cosmic lie. The story of this world is not one of planetary formation as we know it, but a tale of stellar vampirism, of a star that was slowly eaten alive, its heart stolen, and left to orbit its killer as a perpetual glittering reminder of its cosmic crime. This diamond planet is not a planet at all. It is a ghost. It is the remnant of a star that should have been, a star that was robbed of its destiny, and its true nature is far stranger and more fascinating than any mere jewel. The story begins with a pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star designated PSR J 1719-1438. Pulsars are the incredibly dense, city-sized remnants of massive stars that have exploded as supernovas. They are cosmic lighthouses, sweeping beams of radiation across the universe with breathtaking regularity. Astronomers can use the timing of these pulses to detect the tiniest disturbances nearby, and they found one. The pulses from this particular star were being subtly and regularly warped, a clear sign that it had a companion, something orbiting it and tugging on it with its gravity. By measuring the precise pattern of this gravitational pull, they could deduce the properties of the orbiting object. It was a planet, about the size of Jupiter, but with a density far greater than any planet in our solar system. It was so dense, in fact, that its material had to be crystalline. Given that it was orbiting the remnant of a carbon-rich star, the conclusion was as startling as it was sensational. The planet was made of diamond. Media latched onto the story of a diamond planet, an irresistible concept of cosmic wealth and beauty. But for astronomers, the real treasure was the mystery of its formation. Planets do not typically form around pulsars. The supernova explosion that creates a pulsar is a cataclysmic event that would vaporize any pre-existing planets in the system. Any new planets would have to form from the debris left over from the explosion. A difficult and chaotic process that usually results in small rocky worlds, not a Jupiter-sized sphere of ultra-dense carbon. Something was wrong with this picture. The planet was too big, too dense, and too close to its parent star, completing an orbit in just over 2 hours. This was not a world that had formed in a conventional way. It had to be the survivor of some other, more exotic process. The truth was hidden in its strange partnership with the pulsar it orbited. The key was realizing that the planet was not a victim of the pulsar's birth, but a co-conspirator. The system did not begin with a pulsar and a planet. It began as a binary star system, 2 stars orbiting each other. One of these stars was massive, destined to live a short, brilliant life and explode as a supernova. The other star was smaller, a white dwarf, the dense Earth-sized remnant of a sun-like star. After the massive star went supernova and became the pulsar we see today, the white dwarf remained in orbit around it, and then the cosmic vampirism began. The pulsar, with its immense gravity, started to pull material away from its white dwarf companion. A stream of gas began to flow from the white dwarf to the pulsar, a process called accretion. The white dwarf was being slowly devoured, its substance siphoned off by its dead spinning partner. As the pulsar fed on this stolen material, it spun faster and faster, becoming what is known as a millisecond pulsar, one of the fastest spinning objects in the universe. This feeding frenzy was slowly destroying the white dwarf, stripping away its outer layers of hydrogen and helium and digging deeper into its core. Our exploration takes us from worlds of diamond to seas of methane, from stellar ghosts to planetary nurseries. To ensure you do not miss any of these extraordinary destinations across the cosmos, take a moment to subscribe to CosmoQuest 888 and activate notifications. Your subscription is your passport to the entire universe, allowing you to witness the most bizarre and beautiful phenomena it has to offer. Join us on this journey. The heart of a white dwarf, especially one that has evolved from a star like our Sun, is made primarily of carbon and oxygen, compressed into a state of matter known as electron-degenerate matter. As the pulsar continued to strip away the outer layers, it eventually exposed this incredibly dense, carbon-rich core. The thievery continued until almost the entire star had been consumed. All that was left was a tiny, ultra-dense kernel of what was once a proud star. The pulsar had stolen 99.9% of the white dwarf's mass. The remaining fragment was no longer massive enough to be considered a star, but it was far too dense to be a normal planet. It was a new hybrid object, a stellar remnant reclassified as a planet. The intense pressure from its own gravity, combined with its carbon composition, meant that the material within it had likely crystallized, forming a planetary mass object with the internal structure of a diamond. So the planet is a lie. It is not a planet. It is the stolen, compressed heart of a star that was eaten by its neighbor. This object, now designated PSR J1719-1438b, is a testament to the extreme and violent processes that shape the universe. It lives in an environment of unimaginable hostility. It orbits its parent pulsar at a distance of only 600,000 kilometers, closer than our moon is to the Earth. At this range, it is constantly bathed in the intense radiation and gravitational forces of the pulsar. The year on this world is only 2 hours and 10 minutes long. It is tidally locked, with one side perpetually facing the pulsar, roasted by its energy beams, while the other side faces the eternal cold of space. It is a world of extreme contrasts, a glittering monument to a cosmic murder. Its existence tells us that the universe is a place of transformation, where stars can become planets and the line between the two can become blurred. It forces us to reconsider our neat categories and accept that the cosmos is filled with objects that defy simple classification. The discovery of this diamond planet opened the door to a new class of worlds known as Chthonian planets. The name comes from the Greek word for of the earth or underworld, and it refers to the stripped cores of gas giants. Imagine a hot Jupiter, a gas giant planet orbiting very close to its star. The intense heat and stellar wind from the parent star can boil away the planet's thick atmosphere over millions of years. This process could strip the planet of its gaseous envelope entirely, leaving behind only its dense, rocky, or metallic core. The result would be a planet unlike any in our solar system, a world that was once a giant but is now just a naked, super-dense core. Several candidates for Chthonian planets have been identified, worlds that are far too dense for their size to be anything else. These objects are not just cosmic curiosities, they are a window into the life cycle of planets, showing us that worlds can be born, but they can also be unmade, stripped down to their very bones by the stars they orbit. The universe is not just a creator, it is also a sculptor, and sometimes its methods are brutal. These extreme worlds challenge our imagination. What would it be like to stand on the surface of a diamond planet? The gravity would be immense, crushing anything not built to withstand it. The landscape would be a single, solid crystal, stretching to the horizon. There would be no atmosphere, no weather, only the silent, perfect lattice of carbon atoms. Above, the sky would be dominated by the terrifying, rapidly spinning pulsar, its lighthouse beams sweeping across the heavens every few milliseconds. It would be a place of sterile, crystalline beauty and extreme violence. The very concept of such a world forces us to expand our definition of what a planet can be. They are not all rocky worlds or gas giants like the ones we are familiar with. They can be stellar remnants, stripped cores, and objects made of materials we consider precious and rare on Earth. The universe is more creative and more varied than we could have ever predicted. The story of the Diamond Planet is a powerful reminder that what we see in the universe is often just a snapshot of a much longer, more dramatic story. When we look at this system, we are not just seeing a pulsar and a planet, we are seeing the aftermath of a billion-year-long cosmic drama. We are seeing a thief and the ghost of its victim, locked in a perpetual high-speed embrace. Every object in the sky has a history, a story of its formation and evolution. By unraveling these stories, we learn more about the fundamental processes that govern the cosmos. The universe is not a static museum. It is a dynamic and ever-changing place, filled with stories of creation, destruction, and transformation. The Diamond Planet is just one chapter in this immense cosmic saga, a glittering clue that points towards the incredible and often violent nature of the universe we inhabit. It's a beautiful lie that tells a much deeper truth.